everyone, and welcome back to Mind Your Money. If you are here for the first time, my name is Tasha, and we are documenting our journey to debt freedom, financial independence, while building generational wealth. If any of that interests you, along with managing money, saving money, and getting out of debt, please click the red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when to come back around. To be honest with you, I really don't feel like cooking every single night, so we're going to try to make this easy and as healthy as possible. Okay, so here I'm just writing out the grocery list because I wanted to make sure that the numbers matched up. You'll see in a few seconds that I budgeted on our template for $125, but we're actually only going to budget for $100. I know. After going over groceries last week, I probably should increase it, but when I worked out my pre-plan, it's better for me to budget for $100. Okay, we're finished. Now, if we look at this food budget, we look at the grocery list here. Milk and water for $22, juice and kombucha, because we haven't had that in a couple weeks, and this runs out pretty fast. It takes us a week to drink both bottles, so we're just going to get one this week. Pork chops, shrimp, okra and spinach. Hopefully they have okra this week. The last time the market didn't have it. And my husband loves okra, and so does my 1-year-old for some reason. Like father, like son. Banana and mango for our fruit this week. Garlic and butter, so that's fresh garlic and then butter on the side. Usually we get Kerrygold because Kerrygold is the best. We really love that one, and hopefully we can get it on sale, and I'll use some rewards to get some dollars off. Brownie bites for my littles, which should be $8, and extras include yogurt, pasta. We're going to get more bow ties, ziti, elbow, and spaghetti because we're running low on these, and chicken breasts so that I can make the grilled chicken with salad, and I'm going to make french fries on Wednesday or someday throughout the week. I don't want you guys to think that this is just like a perfect everyday. There is some dinner is cooked, and sometimes we switch days depending on how I feel, how much time I have, because I have to work late now one night every week, and also sometimes there are other things that need to be done throughout the day that just makes it difficult. So hopefully these salmon dinners are quick as well as healthy. And also we bought a 20-pound bag of rice from Costco on Saturday. I did share that on Instagram. I'll probably insert a clip so you guys can see some of the stuff that we bought. I normally don't do grocery hauls, and I know this is not really a grocery haul video, but I do want to show you that budgeting is important, and it's also great to make sure you're creating a list of what you would need before you go to the grocery store. And it's good to have that list every week so you can pretty much budget based on your previous shopping trips how much money it's going to cost to buy the items that is necessary to make the meals that you need to make during the week. And also for your staples. I know a lot of things have gone up, so I am hoping that we can get all of this for $125, which is above our normal budgeted amount. We normally budget $100, but these are some different times. Okay, so we're going to do this for the next week, and now we can get into our actual budget for our bills and expenses for the fourth paycheck. Okay, the beginning of the week starts on the 22nd. There are no bills here. The week 25th through the 27th, there are no bills here. So we're going to focus on our savings, putting aside money for rent for next month, and our debt this week. So I'm excited about this fourth paycheck, you guys. Okay, legacy builders, let's get into it. I'm going to use this blue Parku pen. This is the one that dries fast. Paycheck date is March 26th. You guys will probably hear some children's shows in the back. This paycheck, we're going to budget for less, with less of our income. So we are creating a buffer. We had maybe $250 at one point, and then it just kept going down and down and down. So we're going to try to build those back up between both of the checking accounts that my husband and I use. What we're going to do is we're going to budget $900 for the both of us. Hold on, the baby is pouring milk all over the TV stand. We're going to budget a little bit less at $900 than we actually receive, because budgeting for less than what we actually bring in forces us to see if we can live beneath our means. But because this fourth paycheck also is falling within a week where there are no bills that are due, we can get ahead on next month's bills, because we're going to put money aside for our rent, and then we're also going to be able to save a lot more. And because it's March Madness, we are going to find out how much money we can put towards March Madness money at the end of the week. So we'll see what happens. And this is a way we're going to create a buffer in our account, because normally I would just like budget for an account cushion, but this time we're going to leave some of that money in our account, and each week we're going to budget with actually less. So that's just one way it can be done without having to actually figure out how much money to save aside each week. Just let whatever money stay in there. So for example, if you received a paycheck of $11.25, you could just budget the $1,000 and leave that $125 in your account, assuming that's your net income, and then just budget on the $1,000. That way you're already creating a buffer without actually having to write it out or type it out in your budget. All right, so let me write down our expenses, which is going to be longer than normal because I am including all of our sinking funds. So I'll put on some music for you guys. Okay, you guys, so I pre-planned, and this time I did it in this doc-written notebook because I'm going to be using that personally going forward. I miss using my doc-written notebook. All right, so our tithe is actually doesn't have an exact due date, but so I usually just put a dash there. Rent is a placeholder. We're saving our rent. We split it in four for $300 put aside every single week. All right, for food, I know I said in the beginning that we were going to budget for $125. I'm going to bring that back down to $100, and I'm going to hopefully not have to use the buffer in the account to pay if we're over, but I'm also going to coupon like crazy. So let's just have faith with me, y'all. Have faith with me. Okay, so tithe is budgeted at $107. Rent is budgeted at $300, which is pretty standard. Food is $100, okay? And then our household is $0. Miscellaneous is $0. We're not budgeting anything for these envelopes to be put into these envelopes this week. March Madness is not budgeted for anything because we find out at the end of the week. Hold on. He got my papers again. And then for our sinking funds, I mentioned it in my last video. For those sinking funds that are not a priority at the time of the paycheck budget, they'll each get $1. So at least we're putting something in there and we're not neglecting them, especially because things are changing. Loan, we budgeted for $150 towards that. The 52-week challenge is $21, like normal. 1 month ahead is going to get $64 this week from our budget. The emergency fund We're not budgeting anything. However, I know I want to be able to put something aside because I need to have a zero-based budget fund. I'll put $100, but I know that it's not going to be a full $100 because Alexa's going to choose between 50 and 100. That's what I'm going to ask her to see how much of this will go towards March Madness money. So zero out is budgeted at $11, and now I'm going to go back. I know this is different, guys, from what I was doing before, and please bear with me. I'm trying to see if this format works a little better for me. It's easier to follow. Start with our $900, subtract the 107, 300, 100. Then we subtract the $47 for the sinking funds. Then we subtract 150 for debt. Then we subtract 21, 64, 100, and 11. There we go. We do have a zero-based budget, y'all. So now I can add this up without fear that I would make a mistake with the numbers. 107, 300, 100 is 507. Subtract that from 900, we get 393 left over. We bring down the 393. We know that we are not putting any money here at this time, so we're still left with 393. I love this budget by Paycheck workbook. It makes me feel like I'm doing really good with my budget. So 393, we bring that over as leftover for our sinking funds. Subtract $47, and we're left with 346 to work with. And remember, that's $47. Now we bring down the 346 left over. We subtract 150 from that. We get 196 left over. And of course, this is 150. So we bring down the 196 left over for our extra savings, and this should equal 196. So let me add up 21 plus 64 plus 100 plus 11. There we go. We checked it before, but we check again to make sure this is a zero-based budget because I like to do that. All right, so that's what we're doing for our budget. That's what we're doing for our budget for this week. And we are going to have Alexa choose the final week, how much we're going to put towards March Madness. Now on to our money thoughts. Okay, so this is blank right now, but I want you guys to know, because I did mention this in a previous video, that we have decided to incorporate some cash envelopes in our budgeting system. We are not going fully 100% cash. There are 3 categories that we're going, well, 5 categories that we're going to be using physical cash for once in a while. That's for our 3 boys because we're going to be putting money aside for them in an envelope, and some of it they'll be able to use however they want or for what they need, and the others will be placeholders until we put it back in the bank. The next is going to be spending for me, spending for my husband, laundry, because laundry has to be done each week, and also groceries, which more is probably going to be more for eating out because we are going to be eating out more often. So those are the categories. So we are going to add cash envelopes. Okay. We're not going completely cash, guys. All right. And so next thing is we creating a buffer or an account cushion. I think I like buffer better for now. Create a buffer. I'll sometimes use that interchangeably, and that's just how I am. So create a buffer, and this is going to be passively because we are actually taking less of our actual net income once it's deposited into our account to use for our budgets. That's how we're going to create this buffer. All right, and this is the final week of March Madness money. I'm a little bit sad. Like, the momentum was so great and the unity with all the women was awesome. So final MMM, final week. I should put final week of March Madness money. Yep. So we'll see how that goes. We are still increasing our emergency fund. And I think you guys are going to be so excited. I hope you are, because we are excited about what we were able to accomplish in the month of March for our emergency fund. And I have a debt update coming as well. So we're going to be focused on that because our debt snowball, remember, that's why we were saving up March Madness money as much as possible so we could throw one large debt snowball. So I don't know if it's going to be small, medium, or large, but you guys will be the judge. And I can't wait to share that because I can't wait to see how much we have at the end. So our debt snowball for March. I'm so excited about that. I'm thinking about all these things right now. I'm thinking about the cash envelopes. How exactly am I going to incorporate it? Because we don't live near our bank. Our bank is nowhere near where we live. You guys, if you've been here before, some of the new subscribers won't know, but those, you know, oldies but goodies who are legacy builders, we sold our car and we don't yet have a replacement car, so there is no bank runs going on. So we're going to have to be a little bit creative about the cash envelopes because we do need to use cash every once in a while. Because my husband does the laundry, we need physical cash to add to the laundry card. So that's one reason why we really need this. And I'm trying to help my oldest learn how to use money responsibly. So that's one of the reasons why I need cash for him, because he does need that for certain things. So and creating a buffer is important because I don't want what happened, I think it was last week, to happen again, where the bank charged me an overdraft fee because money was pending in there. I had a transfer and it wasn't, I don't know, for some reason they held it and they didn't make it available right away. So when I made the transaction, even though the money, I had already scheduled it to be transferred a day ahead of time, it still wasn't there and it created an overdraft. But good news, they gave me my money back, you guys. I didn't even have to call them. So I realized they made a mistake, but I don't want this to happen again. So we're going to create a larger buffer. Of course, our emergency fund is important because we have an 8-month goal, which I'm believing we'll be able to fund that completely by the end of the year. We're praying and believing God for that. So our priority goal is still the same, 1 month ahead. Now we're not sharing, and I'm sorry again for my chicken scratch. I know that's not the neatest. We have decided not to share what we did with the stimulus, but we are able to say that we were able to put $1,200 aside for the rent. So that is really increasing our 1 month ahead account, and I'm going to update you guys probably early next week, next month in April, how we're doing with that. 1 month ahead and March Madness money, because it's the last week and I'm so excited. I'm so happy for all the people who won the giveaways. We can't wait to see who wins week 4 giveaway. And y'all, this was the biggest collaboration I've ever been in. And I am so happy because all of the ladies that I have met and that I've interacted with online have been so genuine, so loving, so caring, so supportive. So big shout out to all of you. And yeah, let's continue to keep that same unity going, you guys, because it just doesn't help those who are winning the money, because we're giving to people, and that is amazing, because when you give, you open up yourself to receive even more. But just think of how much of a blessing it is to those people who really look up to us, in a sense, just by being transparent with our own journeys, and they're getting encouragement. So it's just amazing. And shout out to all of those who got monetized during this time, because you were just doing what you normally would do, but you're sharing it with others. So shout out to y'all. God bless you. And I really appreciate you guys for rocking out with me this week and for this budget. I thank you for just being there, because you guys don't know how sometimes you're more supportive than you realize, and you know. So legacy builders, have a great and wonderful week. Let's stay in touch. Follow me on Instagram if you're not following me there, so we can stay connected. And remember to mind your money, manage it well, live your lives to its fullest. Bye for now.